If you are having trouble with the homework that you have for this week, homework number 17 for 4th grade, then this is where you can get some help. Now, if you still need more help after me going over this homework assignment, then you need to come see me for tutorings. So let's look at day 1. Day 1 says 5 sixths is equal to something over 12. They're asking you to multiply or divide to find an equivalent fraction. Now, if you have your numbers, if you look at your numbers going from left to right, and they're increasing, that means you are going to multiply. So 6 times 2 is equal to 12. Then whatever you do on the bottom, you would do on the top. And that's how you would find this answer. Let's look at day 2. Day 2, they're asking you the same thing. 10 twelfths is equal to 5 over something. Your numbers here are decreasing. They're going from a larger number to a smaller number, which means you are going to divide. So you have to ask yourself, 10 divided by what will give you 5? So if you know your fact families, you know that 5 times 2 equals 10. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. And whatever you do to the top number, you have to do to the bottom number. So 12 divided by 2 will get you this answer. The next one, Three twelfths is equal to something over 4. Again, oops, you can't see that. Hold on. 3 twelfths is equal to something over 4. Look at your numbers from left to right. They are decreasing, which means you are going to divide. And whatever you divide on the bottom, you do on the top. 12 divided by what is equal to 4. When you find this number, you also divide up here, and you will get that answer. Look at the problem for day 4. 3 fourths is equal to 9 something. This is the number that you're missing. So look at your numbers from left to right. From left to right, they are increasing, which means you are going to multiply. 3 times what is equal to 9. And then when you find out what this number is here, then you would also multiply it by this number. And that will give you this information. All right, let's go back to day 1 and look at the equations. This equation says 12 divided by 4 is equal to A. Well, if you're having trouble with this and you can't remember what the fact families look like, think about it. 12 divided by something is equal to 4. That's not going to help me, but I can say 4 times something is equal to 12. And that's still not going to help me very much. But if you know your multiplication facts, you can say, hey, I know that 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Therefore, 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. So A is equal to 3. Let's look at the next one. Three times B is equal to 15. All right, so think of fact families. B times 3 is equal to 15. That's not going to help. Division, 15 divided by 3 is equal to something. That will help. So take 15 and divide it by 3. And if you're having trouble with that, then think, okay, 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to take 15 and share it equally into those 3 groups. And you would count one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Each one gets 5. So 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. That means if I replace this b with a 5, 5 times 3 is equal to 15. So you should be able to use this to find what the value of b is. 3 times what is equal to 15? Let's look at day 3. S is equal to 8 plus 5. This is a very simple one, but the only thing here is that you're not used to seeing the letters or the equal sign on one side. But you can just flip it around and say 8 plus 5 is equal to S, and really this means 8 plus 5 is equal to blank. And then you can find the value of S. All right, let's look at day 4. And day 4 has a division problem. Day 4. 4 will go into 639. Now, if you have trouble dividing, you're having trouble because you have not memorized, let me get this straight, you have not memorized your multiplication facts. So right here, come over to the side, and you're going to need to know your 4s. So start counting by 4. 4, 8, oh not 10, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, and 36. Now we can use that to divide. 4 will go into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. I subtract and get 2. 4 is greater than 2, so we come back and bring down the next number. Now look for the closest number without going over, and that would be this one. 4 will go into 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. I subtract and get 3. 4 is greater than 3, so go to the next number, bring it down, look for the closest number to 39 without going over, write your number here, multiply and subtract. Remember, if you have a remainder, if you do, I'm not going to tell you if you do or don't, then your remainder would go up here. Don't forget there's another number missing here. You may not have a remainder, but I'll tell you, just by looking at this, you do. Wait, did I have 4, 8, 6? I missed another row, didn't I? 36, 40, 44, and 48. There we go. I thought it looked a little small. All right, so I'll let you finish this problem. Looking at day 5, 82 times 53. Scoot the paper over a little bit, right here. 82 times 53. Couple ways you can do this, but we're going to go ahead and do a little grid right here. and we're going to write 82 in expanded form. 80, which means 80 plus 2, and this side 50 plus 3. Now, multiply. 5 times 8 is 40, and then add your 2 zeros. 5 times 2 is 10, and then this 0, bring it over. 8 times 3 is 24, 1 0. 3 times 2 is 6. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to add all these numbers. But the most important part when you're adding these numbers is to make sure you line them up. Ones place, tens place, hundreds, and thousands. Add all these up and that would be your answer. Of course, you can multiply the standard way. 82 times 53. You would multiply 3 times 2, 3 times 8, drop a 0, 5 times 2, carry your 1, 5 times 8, plus 1, and then you would add. All right, let's look at day 1, going back to day 1. Comparing fractions. I've got 1/2 and then a circle here, 4/5. Now, like we talked about, you can draw a picture, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get the denominators to be the same. So right here, I cannot multiply anything to make the 2 a 5, or divide the 5 by anything to make it a 2. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply this times 5, and whatever I multiply on the top, I also multiply on the bottom. So then 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to redraw that circle. Now, look at my new denominator. I know that if I multiply 5 times 2, I'm going to get 10. And then 4 times 2 is 8. Now that both of my denominators are the same, I can compare the numerators. 8 is larger, 2 dots. 5 is smaller, 1. And there's my comparison. 1/2 is less than 4/5. On day 2, 7/12 and 4/12. That one should be pretty easy for you to do because the denominators are already the same. Let's look at the next one on day 3. Day 3, 3/9, then the circle, and then 1/3. By looking at this, I know that I can multiply this 3 times 3, do this top and the bottom, and I know that 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. Draw a circle, and now both of my denominators are the same, so I can compare my numerators. All right, let's look at day 4. Day 4, you are going to have to make the denominators match by finding equivalent fractions, and I'm not going to show you that one. You're going to have to try that on your own. And then day 5 is pretty easy because the denominators are already the same. So you're not going to have to change anything there. Now let's look at the first word problem on day 1. Carlos read that 74,926 people attended the Texas Rangers baseball game on Friday night. Round this number to the nearest 10,000. So write your number out. 47,926. The nearest 10,000. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. That means you're going to use this number to tell the 7 what to do. Now remember, what is it? 5 or more, the value is going up. 4 or less, you're not going to do anything. It's going to stay at rest. All right, let's look at the next problem on day 2. Mackenzie's family ordered 9 large pizzas for a family reunion. Each pizza was cut into 10 slices. The group ate 6 whole pizzas and 5/10 of another pizza. Write the decimal number that tells how much pizza was eaten. So they ate 10 slices. Oh, each pizza was cut into 10 slices. The group ate 6 whole pizzas. All right, so 6 whole pizzas. So 1, 2, hang on, let me move the paper over so you can see. 3, 4, 5, 6. They ate all of those pizzas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they ate 5/10 of another pizza. So it's another pizza cut into 10 parts. I think that's 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They ate 5 pieces. So they ate this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They ate 5 pieces. This is your whole number. They ate 6 whole pieces. The pizza right here, they ate only 5 out of 10. So here's what they had. They ate 6 and 5/10. Now, this is asking you for a decimal. So I'm going to write 6. Now think. We've talked about this before. Ones, decimal. Tens with a THS. Hundreds with a THS. Your 5, this 5 right here, if you read it, 5/10. That means it's in this section right here. So I'm going to write my 5 right there. There's my decimal. And then this is your whole number, your ones, 6. Turn that a little bit. There we go. So that family ate 6 and 5/10 of the pizza. All right, let's look at day 3. The population of Town A is 15,729. Town B has a population of 21,634. What is the total population of these two towns? If you've got Town A and the population for Town A is 15,729, and you've also got Town B, and that population is 21,634, then you want to know what the total population of both towns. You want to know all of this. So what would you do to find the value of both of these? And that's what you need to think about. All right, let's go to day 4. Wendy has 8 kinds of seashells in her collection. She has 122 of each kind of shell. How many seashells does she have in her collection? So she's got 8 kinds of seashells. And each kind she has 122. So we want to know how many seashells she has. And she's got 8 kinds, so I'm going to draw this. And this is the first kind, the second kind, third, the fourth kind, fifth, sixth, seventh, and I didn't make it big enough. 6th, 7th, and 8th. There we go. Now, for the first kind, she has 122. The second one, also. And so on. Every single kind of seashell she has, every single type, she has 122 shells. So it's going to be really hard to say 122 plus 122 plus 122 plus 122 plus 122 plus 122, and so on. So the easiest thing to do here, since it's repeated addition, is to take 122 and multiply it by 8, because she has 8 kinds of seashells. All right, day 5, the last word problem. The population of a city that Andrew lives in is 172,648. About how many people live in Andrew City rounded to the nearest 1,000? Again, this is just rounding. 172,648, but you need to know the place value, the nearest 1,000. This is a comma. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, right here. That's the one you're rounding. So look to the right. That's going to tell you what to do. Now, just like the other problem, if it's 5 or more, go up for sure. If it's 4 or less, stay at rest. All right, so that is a pretty good amount of help for homework number 17. Remember, if you still need help with this, then you need to come to tutorials so I can help you. If not, then hopefully this explanation and walking through these problems will help you out in your homework. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Bye.